Welcome to Inside the Vandals, a weekly show covering men's and women's basketball. Inside the Vandals is brought to you by the School of Journalism and Mass Media and by the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Hotel, Spa, and Resort.
Welcome to Inside the Vandals, brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Hotel, and Resort. I'm Zach Kellogg.
And I'm Chris Norman.
Chris, another great weekend of basketball for Idaho men and women. First, we'll start with the men. Although they are 1-5 in the conference, these have been really tight losses going all the way down the stretch, including on Saturday against Montana.
Yeah, Zach, this team is really close to finally finding that Big Sky success this season. But like you said, these tough losses have probably stung a little bit. Going against Montana, that five-minute scoring drought late in the second half really hurt them. But tonight, going against Northern Colorado, one of the best just overall teams in this conference, I think they have a good shot at winning.
And like you said, Chris, one of the best overall teams offensively and defensively. We'll touch on them a little bit more in points in the paint with Izzy Haddon later in the show. But Chris, you had the chance to sit down with head coach Zach Claus to talk about this Northern Colorado team and what they need to do to finally pick up that second win in the Big Sky.
We're joined here today with head coach Zach Claus. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
So Thursday night, you guys played Eastern Washington, here in Cowan Spectrum. What was it like to, despite the loss, play in front of such an electric atmosphere and really add on to this rivalry?
It was really nice to have the students back. It only enhances the home court experience that we have here. We definitely are appreciative of our home crowd on a nightly basis, and they were great on Thursday night. We just wish we could have finished that one off for everybody that was here.
Yeah, and then you guys hit the road to play Montana. A team has proven year in, year out to be one of the best teams in the Big Sky. But to the very end, you guys are there, able to really steal that win on the road. What's it like to know that, hey, we can play some of the best teams in the Big Sky, and we're pretty close to being one of the best teams ourselves? We
are, and it gives our guys confidence knowing that we can play such tight games. Now it's simply a matter of getting that one more timely stop. It's getting that one more big rebound. It's taking one more great shot. It's hitting free throws when we have to have them in the last 2, 3, 4 minutes of the game. But at the same time, we also know that it doesn't, it's not simply what happens in the last 2 to 3 minutes. The turnover at the 17:30 mark in the first half is just as important. And what we've got to continue to do is have great practices this week leading up to Northern Colorado. We've got to, continue to have a great intensity. Our focus has to be there, and our preparation for the Bears has to be terrific this week.
Like you said, preparation for Northern Colorado, a fairly balanced team on both sides of the ball, can shoot the three ball really well and defend it as well. What have you really been preaching to your guys to, try to reclaim that win here at home?
Well, Northern Colorado is going to come in. They're always talented. They're always a team that will execute offensively. They're a team that, like you said, will be very effective from three, and they continue to do it. Coach Linder does a terrific job of putting his guys in position to have success from an offensive standpoint. At the same time, their senior leader, Radabaugh, is one of the best defenders in this entire league. Now he's being asked to do even more due to graduation in terms of he handles the ball a great deal more, and he's also shouldering a good chunk of the scoring load as well. So he's somebody that is helping run the show for them, and with good reason, because he's a terrific player.
Watching you guys this season, I think like the one word that can really describe your team is just resilience, and despite the tough stretch as of late, what does it speak to really the character of your team to have that resilience game in, game out?
It's great to hear it from others, because I feel the same way. It was the same word that Chris King, our incredible radio play-by-play guy, threw at me Saturday after the game, and it's a credit to the guys that despite results, despite the ups and downs, the injuries and everything in between, that they've continued to fight, they've continued to compete, they've rallied around one another, and they continue to put themselves in position to win games. And now it's simply a matter of us coaches doing a better job of putting them in position to have that success and hopefully push across that final hurdle and start getting some wins that we need.
One of the players who've seen a lot of success, we can't go away without talking about Trevon Allen, scoring his 1,000th point on Thursday night. What does it really how has he meant to this program and, becoming its new leader this past 2 seasons?
Well, it's a testament to not only his talent, but more to his work ethic that he's He's been a part of some amazing teams. His freshman, sophomore year, playing on postseason type teams that were winning upwards of 20 games a year. And he was able to have an impactful role from day one. Trevon continues to be one of the most even demeanored basketball players I've ever been around my entire life. Doesn't matter how big the moment is, he's still going to be okay. He's going to be calm in it, and we expect more wonderful things from him. I know he's got his best basketball ahead of him, and he's been outstanding for us so far in conference play.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all the time we have for you today, Coach. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Up next, we take a further look at Trevon Allen and his 1,000-point milestone.
And at guard, a 6'2" senior from Lapway, Idaho, at number 25, Trevon Allen.
Reaching a milestone can represent a culmination of years of hard work perfecting your craft. The 1,000-point milestone is no easy task, but senior Trevon Allen made it look seamless. Scoring 1,000 career points is something that the guard from Lapway, Idaho couldn't imagine coming into his freshman season.
No, that really wasn't on. I mean, I was just happy as a freshman to be playing at a D1 level, being out here. It was nothing that was really, I had no really goals in mind. I just wanted to do what I can to be on the team and help the team win. And so, but yeah, breaking that threshold, 1,000 was some huge goal and accolade, I think, for me. And I said it's something that day against Eastern is something I remember for sure in my college career.
Going into his senior season, Allen knew that the milestone was in reach, and as many Vandal fans believed, it was only a matter of time before Allen joined the record books.
Yeah, it was for sure a goal going into the season, knowing where I was at, and so with it being, like I said, at one point going in, I mean, it was something that I didn't want to really worry about into the game though. I was just focused on winning, finding ways to win, and like I said, with it being my first bucket, it was a special night. My guys knew, coaches knew, and so it was just something really unique and special for me.
For Inside the Vandals, I'm Chris Sturmer.
My name is Kelly Dobke. I'm from Arcadia, California. U of I has been a huge part of who I am and really supported my journey and finding myself and also finding my passion. With the help of my coaches, my teammates, and professors, I've really seen me as an individual change, and I really am excited for the future that I have ahead of me.
Welcome back to Inside the Vandals. Zach, on the women's side of things, they found a lot of success this past week, currently on a 3-game winning streak, and even Coach Newlee coming up with one of his biggest accolades of his career.
Just like you said, Chris, a 3-game winning streak, really impressive wins over Montana State, Eastern Washington, and Montana. In the Montana game, not even scoring a point in the third quarter and still getting the win. But first, we'll touch, like you said, on Coach Newlee. On Thursday against Eastern Washington, he picked up his 200th career home win here at the University of Idaho. A great accomplishment for Coach. Let's take a closer look. One of Idaho's most accomplished coaches has reached a historic milestone. Head coach for women's basketball, Jon Newlee, took over the program in 2008 and has since turned the Vandals into a powerhouse. Every season, expectations are set high, winning the conference and making the NCAA tournament. Teams don't reach this kind of status by chance, but through a winning and consistent culture. And now, Coach Newlee has reached 200 career wins at Idaho. Whether it's in historic Memorial Gym, under the bright lights of Cowan Spectrum, or in hostile road environments, Coach Newlee said he shares the credit with the great staff and players he's had over the years.
They've all done a great job. I wouldn't be where I am without those guys. But I've had great players through the years that have all, put the bricks in place. So, I'd like to thank them and thank all the coaches that have worked for me. And it's been a great ride here.
Vandal great Taylor Pierce not only detailed how much Coach Newlee develops games on the floor, but develops players as people too.
Coach is one of those guys that believes in his players more than they ever believe in themselves, and he shows it to you day in and day out with how much he cares and how much time he puts in. He's just one of the biggest influences in my life, and he's made such a big impact on my career and where the rest of my life is taking me.
With the immense impact Newlee has had on all of his players, former Idaho star Alyssa Charleston wanted to say thank you to the coach that has helped so many.
For all the times you've told me that you're proud of me, I finally get to say I am so proud of you, Coach. 200 wins, that is ridiculous. It's just a testament to all the love and all the effort you put into every single game plan and every single player that comes through your program. It's not just about the Idaho Vandals on a jersey. You care about each individual, and you made me who I am today. You made me believe in myself before I even did. I'm so excited to see that all the future women that you affect and all the wins that you get. I'm expecting about 1 million more. Thanks for everything that you've done for me, Coach, and congratulations.
Now with this milestone in the record books forever, Jon Newlee looks to bring Idaho many wins and conference championships. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Zach Kellogg. And I had the chance to sit down with Coach Newlee, talk about the game plan going into this next game, and also what they need to do to keep this winning streak alive. Now joined by women's basketball head coach Jon Newlee. Coach Newlee, congrats on win number 200 here at home and that win against Eastern Washington. But I want to touch on that win against Montana here in Cowan. That third quarter was a brutal stretch for you guys, not scoring a single point in that span. How were you guys able to pull that one out in that fourth quarter against Montana, who's also a very physical team?
Yeah, it was our defense for sure. When you're not scoring, you got to hold them down. And I did turn to Krista probably without 2 minutes in the end of the quarter. I said, "Hey, have we really not scored this quarter?" And she goes, "No, but the good news is they've only scored 4." So, we kept it in perspective and, fought our way through it. And then the Klinkers sisters just put us on their shoulders and said, "We're not losing this game in the fourth."
Yeah, I want to touch on the Klinker sisters. The Montana girls stepping up huge for you in that fourth quarter as well. Natalie Klinker, and Lizzie both having double-doubles. How big is it for them to step up in a game like that where you guys can't really get anything going in the second half?
Well, we needed it, and I thought Liz's 2 3-point plays were fantastic, man. They really jump-started us, and then Nat was just a beast down low, She was going through 1, 2, 3 people sometimes and finishing, and, they love beating Montana. I do know that.
And so now looking forward, we have this Northern Colorado game. You guys have had some great games over the last few years. Going into this one, is there just a little extra added something to this one? I know going down to Greeley, every time it's always an electric atmosphere and you guys always have a dogfight. You expecting another one?
Oh, I'm expecting another dogfight. I think they're the dynamic's different now, though. With Smith gone and Legit Walker gone from them, the Splash Sisters gone from our side. There's really not that same rivalry of the same players who had played against each other the last 3 years and really had it out. So it'll be interesting and fun, I think, to start a new rivalry with them because they're always well coached. They're going to play hard, and it's a great environment down there in Greeley.
All right, Coach. Good luck against the Bears.
All right, thanks.
We'll be right back with Inside the Vandals.
For centuries, we, the Coeur d'Alene tribe, have honored our resources as good stewards and our region as good neighbors. We've built a world-class casino resort hotel that supports hundreds of jobs, funds healthcare and other services, and has generated more than $33 million for education. Because we've been an integral part of this land for generations, and we will be for generations to come.
Welcome back to Inside the Vandals. And Chris, a big test for Idaho men here tonight in Cowan Spectrum against the Northern Colorado Bears.
Yeah, definitely. Going against one of the top teams in the conference, they'll be hungry for a win tonight. Let's take a look at tonight's matchup on the latest edition of Points in the Paint.
The key for tonight's game for the Vandals is going to be guarding the perimeter. They have the 4th best offense in the Big Sky, averaging 10 3-pointers a game, and they also have 4 players who are averaging 15 points a game.
The 2 main guys the Vandals are going to have to contain are guard Joden Radenbaugh and post Bodie Hume. Radenbaugh, a 6'3" redshirt senior, runs the Bears' offense, scoring 15.6 points per game, shooting 47% from the field. Not only is this Colorado native a big offensive threat, he also plays some outstanding defense. He leads his team in rebounds with 6.6 a game and was last season's Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. Hume, last year's Big Sky Freshman of the Year, is another guy the Vandals are going to have to be aware of. This 6'6" sophomore post brings a big presence inside, but can also step out and shoot the 3. Hume averages 15.6 points a game and pulls down 4.5 rebounds a game. This Bears offense is second in the Big Sky for 3-point percentage at 44% and have a 4-2 record, ranking them second in the Big Sky. However, they're on a 2-game losing streak, so this could be a great chance for the Vandals to finally pick up their second Big Sky win if they're able to guard the perimeter. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Izzy Haddon.
And guys, should be a great matchup here in Cowan Spectrum. And coming up next, the Idaho men facing off against Northern Colorado here in Cowan Spectrum. Chris King with the call. For Chris Dermer and Izzy Haddon, I'm Zach Kellogg, and we'll see you all next time.